There you go.
Everyone has seen in the news by now that they're trying to arrest Trump.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're afraid.
Yeah, but this doesn't make sense to what I thought.
What did you think?
Remember, I told you I thought that he was their guy. But maybe they're afraid that he's going to actually win.
I think he was a renegade.
Yeah. Well, remember what my whole idea was that they were going to vote him over DeSantis because they figured they could beat him in the election. Maybe they don't feel like they could beat him now.
Well, yeah.
But how do you kill DeSantis? The guy's squeaky clean. He's like a Boy Scout.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not a big fan of anybody on the Republican side other than DeSantis, really. Like I'm not even for Trump winning again. Like we've seen what he can do, and okay, cool, but I don't think
Trump has like this following, right? Like this whole article is in part about how like there are forums going off of people sort of saying to like make a patriot moat is the quote around Mar-a-Lago to protect Trump from getting arrested. But here's the thing. Who said Elon Musk? Yeah, Elon Musk said it. It was something along the lines of if Trump gets arrested, then he's going to win the presidency in a landslide.
Yeah.
And I think that is dead accurate.
Really?
And so I think that the what's the right word? Like the optics of them doing a perp walk of Trump is only good for Trump. Because everybody knows it's obscene. It's ridiculous. Like they have nothing on them. They're pulling shit out of the aether. They're reaching so far up their own asses. Like we don't even know what they're going to pull out
Daniels
of there.
thing. That's their whole thing.
Right, and there's a reason
bribery
wasn't. Yeah, and he's the reason they stopped because it's not even really a thing anymore.
The reason why I don't want Trump to win. And again, I'm not pro Trump. I'm not really against Trump. The reason why I don't want to see Trump win is because I think this is his second term, and I don't think he's going to care that much.
Yeah. Mark's making a good point that DeSantis is pro-libertarian and against the World Economic Forum initiatives.
Yep.
And it seemed like Trump was kind of for that stuff a little bit, at least. Like he pushed the vaccines and then supported them, and didn't push back on the lockdowns.
He's got ties in with all those people, right? Like as much as he's not as tied into the establishment, if you will, he's still tied with those people. Like
he's connected.
Yeah, the
business
point
deals, contracts, whatever.
The point that you see liberals make, not fucking crazy real leftists, but actual liberals make, where they say that he's part of that establishment. I think they're correct, because he's made deals with all these people. He's been bumping elbows with these people forever. Even the liberals, like he was actually a liberal donor at one point. So
yeah, but that goes back in time to when they were like actually.
That's crazy.
Well, they were basically what the Trump Republicans are today, right? Like,
yeah,
they hadn't completely lost their shit and gone completely off their rails.
But you got to think that Trump, when he got in, had some favors to make good on with some of his peeps.
Maybe, but I feel like if he did do that, and there was any evidence that he did, they'd be going hard on him for.
That's true. I guess. Yeah.
They'd be going so hard on him about it. Like they've gone so hard about so many things that are complete nonsense. That like with the whole Russian collusion, the Russian asset stuff was like a multi-million-dollar investigation. Turns up nothing, and they were like, this is like the worst thing. Like this is so real. Like all this stuff, all this evidence against Trump. He's a criminal. Put him in jail. Years go by. Yeah, actually, there's no reason to think any of that. They just we're gonna pivot now.
Yeah.
He's a racist, or he's a sexist, or whatever.
No, he's a briber.
He's a briberist.
He's a useless briberist. Mm-hmm. He's an orange-haired, small mushroom penis briberist.
You think he has a mushroom penis?
That's apparently. Stormy Daniels said he had a mushroom penis.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is she just referring to a circumcised penis, or is it particularly mushroomy?
Maybe it actually is a mushroom. Maybe it looks like Toad from.
It's like a fungus growing out of that thing.
It looks like Toad from Mario Brothers.
It's possible.
Yeah, could be. Same color.
It's definitely possible. I wouldn't
think it's just as tanned as his face.
It probably
Do you think
is.
he's got a white penis? Fuck no.
It's orange.
Well, it's as orange as he is, guaranteed.
Yeah.
He's going full
He
buff.
gets his special spray tan, like when he goes and does his spray tan.
Well, that's what I mean, but he's not skipping his dick.
Um,
He's getting that done. I think anyway. That's
yeah,
my personal feel.
yeah, and this article goes deep into the sort of like the Civil War stuff, calling January 6th an attack. Yeah, I read it. But this really is pushing like a civil war.
Yeah, it's yeah, but it's sensationalizing, right? It's Rolling Stone. What do you
Well, no, but like the events, not the articles, but the articles is talking about that stuff.
Art says probably a low lying mushroom. How many tall mushrooms do you see? It's like really it's just a lot of head.
Yeah,
A very little stem.
very little
Big
stem.
fucking head. It's like this. Right here.
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
his thing. Right there. Hopefully that didn't sound too bad when I pulled my muff off there.
I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I
Probably
think it
not.
just helps with like reverb and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that's funny. I like last
You
week
think
when I
they'll
was
do it?
talking about I'm sorry?
you think they'll do it?
Do what?
Arrest him?
No. I think it's circus. I think this is for show.
They have backed off.
It's like I think that what they do when they do this shit, they're just trying to test it. They're like, okay, let's see what happens. Let's see how people react to this.
Yeah.
You know, if people get behind it and they're like, oh wow, then they go, yeah, let's push this agenda. But I think it's more like optics.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't believe any of the fucking bullshit you see on news or any of that shit at this point from anybody other than it's so weird because years ago I didn't really trust him, but Tucker Carlson, I kind of trust his news. Now it's like it's not even that I trust necessarily his news, but I trust that he's like just questioning everything. You know, if you actually watch his shit,
But
he's
it's a
just mostly-
conversation.
Yeah.
It's not like here's what reality is.
Yeah.
Oh, you disagree? You're a Nazi.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's a conversation.
Like it's less I'm telling you what to believe and more I'm kind of like showing you the stupidity of shit. And like he leads people to believe a thing, right? Like he's
Yeah,
saying
well,
it
obviously
somewhere.
he's pushing his
Yeah.
perspective, but he's not doing it as like this is fact.
Mhm.
This is my worldview and this is true. It's a conversation like, well, you say this and I think this, so why do you say that? You
Yeah.
know, what is your reasoning? What is your evidence?
Yeah.
And then you'll say that's stupid.